Today's lesson is about translating words into algebra. So I found that when you translate from a phrase into an algebraic expression, it helps to circle words indicating the operation and underline words that represent the variable. So let's look at this first example. 3 more than a number. So if I am looking for the operation, I think more than is going to be an addition problem. And a number is my variable. So if I translate them, 3 looks like that. More than is addition. And I can use any variable I want, but I'm going to use n for number today. All right, let's try again. We're going to have 4 times the number of years. So I want to find my operation and circle it. So I think here I have an operation, and I want to underline my variable, the number of years. I'm not sure how many years, so that's my unknown or my variable. So if I translate 4 times, and I can use a dot, I can use parentheses, I can use nothing if it's between a number and a letter. So I have 4 times, and now I want to use y for the number of years. I could use any letter, but I think y for years makes sense. And I'm done. The length decreased by 6 meters. I want you to go ahead and pause me in a second. I want you to try this one on your own and then come back and check with me when you're done. All right, so I'm going to circle my operation, decreased by. And my unknown, my variable, is the length. Now I have to think through this one. I could have the length minus 6, or I could have 6 minus the length. And it really needs to be thought carefully through because order matters in subtraction. So do I have the length minus 6, or do I have 6 minus the length? Well, if I go back, it says the length is decreased by 6, not that 6 is decreased by the length. So that one is not correct. This is my answer. This problem is just a bit different from the others we've seen so far because we have the word is. The word is represents an equal sign, so this is actually going to give me an equation, not an expression. So my equal sign is going to go under the is. Otherwise, I can go ahead and do this just like I've done the others. So I'm looking for the operation, and I'm going to circle that. So I have more than, and then I'm looking for my variable, and that's a number. And then I'm ready to translate. 7 more than is an addition sign. A number, I can use any variable, but I'm going to use n. Is an equal sign, and 15. So I've just translated from words to an equation this time. All right, it's your turn again. In a second, I want you to pause me, solve this problem, and then come back to check your answer. I notice right away that I have the word is again. That means I have an equal sign, and I'm going to have an equation. Now I'm going to start where I've started every other time. I'm looking for the operator. And I see the word times, and I know that's an operator, so I'm going to circle that. Finally, I'm going to look for my variable, my unknown. And I don't know the number of students, so that will be my variable. And now that I have everything separated, I'm ready to translate. 5. For times, I can use a dot. I can use parentheses. I can use nothing if a number and a letter are going to be next to each other. I'm going to go ahead and use a dot for my multiplication. So 5 times, and I'm going to use the number of students, the variable s, to stand for the number of students. I think that makes sense to me. So I have 5 times the number of students is, the only thing I'm missing is 250. Here is my answer. This is our last problem. I want you to go ahead and pause me, solve it, and come back and check your answer. All right, so I'm looking for an operator, and I don't notice one of the ones we've been using, but I do notice the word twice. And twice implies 2 times something, so I'm going to think that's my operator. I don't know the number of apples, so that's my variable. I have the word is, so I know I have an equation. And now that I have all of my parts separated, I can translate. So twice means 2 times something, and I can use a dot, parentheses, or nothing if I have a letter and a number together. I'm going to choose to use my dot again. I have twice the number of apples, or 2 times the number of apples. I'm going to use A for my variable for the apples. So 2 times the number of apples is an equal sign, 18, and we are done. Congratulations! You may watch this video as many times as you need to in order to understand translating from words to algebra.